there, Capricorn. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to go ahead and get into the last portion of August 2020 for you guys. Show me energies for the sign of Capricorn, August 2020. And also, too, I do want to say these are general readings. They may not resonate with everybody. My readings tend to be very specific. They don't tend to be about, well, they do tend to be about love, but oftentimes the shadow work side of love. Also, what else? The cards are falling on the floor. So we have the sun coming out here, Capricorn. This is the most positive card in the deck. Fair amount of happiness, aha moments, feeling secure within yourself. This can also be a situation in life where you have excelled to your next level. This can be a graduation of sense. Sometimes real graduations, but I believe those are all postponed for now, or online graduations. But with this energy, it's a positive one. It's something that is relieving you, releasing you of burdens, bondage, a change in thought, a different direction in your beliefs. It's a positive thing. Can talk about children as well. Positive. Ten of Swords in reverse. Five of Wands in reverse. So whatever you're dealing with here, Capricorn, the sun will come out tomorrow. The energy is shifting. There is positivity here for you. You're getting rid of a lot of negative blockages in your life, whether those be internal or external. From people as well. This is a situation where you can breathe again. Things are going to start to shift and get better for you overall. It can also communicate energies here in regard to your mental state. If you've been having a difficult time with your mental health, this can also talk about, a new shift in that energy. Also, too, what I'm feeling here, the first thing that comes to me is like a smiling sunshine, but it's like vitamin D. Some of you may need to, I'm not a medical, well, I am a medical provider, but I'm not a doctor. Some of you may need to increase your vitamin D. I know I did, and it made a huge difference in my life. There's also vitamin B12, things that make you happy, things that kind of boost your energy, change your perspective. I think a lot of us have been kind of stuck in these really heavy situations right now, kind of shifting and moving into the next phase, but not knowing what the hell the next phase is, but having the trust to move forward with it nonetheless. So now you can release mental frustration, mental burden. If this is a situation, again, where you were being mistreated by somebody, that conflict is over. Show me more. The Ace of Cups coming out here, Capricorn. This is talking about healing, okay? It can talk about, I will say this may be a connection that has ended. The Two of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. But regardless, if that is a separation, it could also be a separation from somebody that you loved very much, a job that you loved, that kind of situation too. But with the Ace of Cups coming through here, especially with this energy, it again denotes where we are healing, where we are graduating to our next phase within our own personal evolution. We are finding different ways to manage our personal pain, our mental frustrations. There's different ways to approach things. Also, go down the rabbit hole with YouTube at some point. Try and look for self-help stuff. That can be very helpful. Oddly, you might go through a bunch of garbage, but then you'll find one that really resonates, whatever it may be, That's just like coming to me. That's not the cards. It's just that message is coming to me because it can be helpful in generating a new beginning or a new association with how you feel, which I think is really important here for your own well-being and happiness. Show me more for Capricorn. So you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse coming out here, Capricorn. So generally the Wheel of Fortune in reverse can indicate a situation where we are not releasing something, or we are stuck in a way of thinking or being, or we're trying to connect again with somebody who is maybe not the best for us. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Knight of Wands. This can denote somebody who is generally in and out of our life for a short period of time. It may be a very torrid and spicy, enjoyable affair, very sexual and lusty, but it doesn't last long. This may be a situation too where we are needing to figure out if these are the types of connections that we will continue to connect with. There's only a certain point, there is a certain point where we realize in our lives, okay, this doesn't work for me. All right, so on to the next. They're all lessons, you know, everybody wants to meet the one and, you know, that's it. Even if you meet the one, don't tell me you're not going to experience lessons. You're going to experience lessons that will change you inside and out if you meet the one. No matter who you meet, you always grow, okay? And oftentimes it's painful. Sometimes it's great, and they usually are. Sometimes it's painful. I'm going to shut up. Knight of Wands also, too, some of you this may also communicate an energy where we need to move. Not often will the Knight of Wands talk about, you know, distance, traveling for distance, but sometimes it can, and that's coming through here as well. If you're in a situation or like a state that, you know, that isn't doing well, it might be good to pack. I know that that's not realistic for everybody, but I can't remember which other video I read, but the energy of, like, you know, packing up, selling things, you know, moving away to a better place. You know, our economy is falling apart. Everything in this country is falling apart. And, you know, I know that the real estate market is opening up in some very interesting ways. And so is it the right time to buy? Is it the right time to sell? It seems like the right time to sell and move. I don't know about buying, but who knows? Maybe so. You would have to either way. So it is what it is. I need to stop with that tangent just because it feels like that's done. Okay. One more. Thank you. So Capricorn, you have the Five of Swords here, and at the bottom of the deck you have the King of Cups in reverse. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Either way, the Five of Swords and the King of Cups is not a good combination, especially when he's in reverse. It can talk about somebody who is, well, emotionally disrupted. They are kind of negative in a lot of ways, can be manipulative. They tell you what they want you to know, you know, and they do it in a very convincing way. That may also be the release to this energy, you know. But it feels like this energy is haunting you, whether in real life or on an internal level. You know, what do you want from that? It feels like the energy needs to heal either way. So let's move forward towards that. Show me these Five of Swords. You have the Ace of Wands. Show me the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Seven of Wands. Show me the Ace of Cups. You have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Show me the Ten of Swords. You have the Chariot. Show me the Sun. You have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Bottom of the deck, the Sun. Again, good. So you're getting illumination, clarity, and a heads up on things. It seems like your experience with somebody has given you a heads up on things. You're able to now make decisions that no longer cause you to be emotionally wrecked from dealing with the person. You are in a position where you have a better sense of self. You've done some healing, and denying a person or denying an offer here is something that may take you to a better place. Here we have a guarded energy about ourselves, and I think that's important to recognize, especially with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is about karma. It's about karmic connections, people that we involve ourselves with through our lifetimes, you know. And here we are playing another cycle again. Who are you going to be? You're going to be the bad guy or the good guy? I don't know. I want to play good cop. Okay, well, frisk me. Like that kind of thing, you know. How do we experience our existence here with other people that we karmically are connected to? But in this situation, we have a fair amount of resistance here. With the Seven of Wands, this can talk about somebody who's genuinely anxiety-ridden by dealing with somebody over and over again, but yet we're still keeping it going. We have to find a way to recognize how this type of energy is not something for us, even if it's just a mental, you know, addiction here. That can also talk about mental addictions, the Five of Swords. Because here we have somebody who wants to go forward with something, but what are their intentions? Do they tell you everything that needs to be communicated? Why are you feeling anxious towards this? And also too, sometimes when we have been in situations with people for so long, or like we have these deep connections with them, it's very hard to get off the merry-go-round. It's very, very hard to get off the merry-go-round when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But you have the opportunity to release this and close the cycle, close the book, change the perspective. And that's going to come by you protecting and guarding yourself, and turning something down. I like this too, because it tells me that you are willing to be selfish, but in a healthy way, being mindful of what you need in something. With the Chariot here underneath the Ten of Swords in reverse, I like this because it's telling me that once we release this mental frustration and pain, from being treated like shit or ignored or disregarded or whatever it may be, you have your own priorities at hand with the Chariot. You have your own direction, and you take yourself into consideration. This is what this card is about. It's very positive. You have the most positive cards in the deck upright, and you've got the most positive coming up here twice. Like, I feel here, Capricorn, that this is an energy that really needs to be addressed. If you have been in a karmic cycle with somebody, this is the chance to jump off the merry-go-round. This is a chance to change the cycle, Doesn't mean you have to, cut them out for the rest of your life, but whatever it is, and some of you may need to. But whatever this energy is, it feels like it's been long-standing. It feels like it's happened over and over and over again, whether this be throughout lifetimes or just your experience with this person in this lifetime. It feels like it's been a cyclical, jumping on and off the merry-go-round again. And here we have the opportunity to change it, but it feels like somebody is scared or mentally addicted to something, Is it sex? What is it, So yeah, with the Sun, we have illumination, we have understanding. We can see ourselves in this now. We can separate ourselves. What is that saying? Seeing the forest from the trees. We have that separative, we can make that distinction, that delineation. We can change the view of how we experience this. But it takes your bravery, it feels like, to face yourself. We're got a fucking heavy reading, dude. Show me the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here for Capricorn. So first card that popped out, fireworks. There's intense chemistry here. Is it sexual? Anxious attachment, fear of being alone, clinging on. Self-awareness at the bottom of the deck. Be conscious of your own behavior. This is what I'm saying. This is an opportunity to shift something. It's an opportunity to close the door. It's hard to close the door, Capricorn. It's hard to close the door, especially if you love somebody. You guys are fucking, not all of you, and that goes for every sign, but, you guys are pretty fucking loyal and caring about people. Anxious attachment, fear of being alone, clinging on to a cycle that needs to be ended, and likely due to fireworks. There is an intense chemistry here. I can understand that. I can understand being clouded in your mind about things because of sex. But if it's with somebody that's disconnected emotionally, or they can't show up emotionally for you, what do you have? You have a karmic connection that needs to end. So this just fell out on the floor in reverse. Trust. This situation is calling you to have faith. It's in reverse. I don't know if this is also conflict, because I've even been in this situation, actually. I think we all have, where we are like figuring out how we sever a connection within ourselves. Maybe a connection's already been severed with somebody. It feels like that, but it feels like the connection is deep. And that can also cause somebody to mistrust their judgment, their own personal judgment about people, or about themselves. That's a very confusing energy sometimes for people. But know that you can change it. So I'm going to leave this here. Well, let's see. Is there any more advice for Capricorn? Is there more advice for Capricorn, please? What more advice for Capricorn can you give? So you have the 8 of Wands coming out here, Capricorn. The 8 of Wands is about forward movement. It is about communication. You know, it doesn't always have to be a communication, though. You know, you can talk about it. And if you have somebody physically manifesting in your life, and that can also mean phone calls, emails, whatever, you know, that can be showing up here with the 8 of Wands. So you may have to face this thing again in person, or this person again, and deal with these feelings. Some of you, this person is out of your life, but it's you that's having a difficult time releasing it. But either way, with the 8 of Wands, it's supported for you to move forward towards things that are more positive for you, things that you actually feel engaged in and comfortable with and happy to be part of. You know, if something like this is bringing you ultimate misery and confusion, then step away from it. That's part of self-awareness. Be conscious of your own behavior, you know. Optimism underneath that. Optimism, staying positive, hopeful. Observing, watching, taking notice. So I'm going to leave this here, Capricorn. I know that this was kind of deep, but you guys are deep, and I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below. And if you want a private reading, personal reading, feel free to contact me. My email is thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com. All right, take care, you guys. Bye.